What is going on, everybody? Welcome into SQ Live BetCast. I am your host, Justin Perry, and of course, here with Alec Musa. Mr. Musa, how you doing there tonight? I know we got a busy slate of games. We're not going to waste much time out here, but I hope you're doing well.
I am. Look at the sweater. Awesome. Tarleton State. Just let's go right into the teeth of this thing, dude. Right. Check out Tarleton State. Just check it out. What do you think? Give me an opinion on 24.5 here.
I got to find it. All right, there we go. That's a big number. I think you definitely got to give them some credit. Tennessee's shooting really hot. I think that's a good one to go ahead and lock in. I will tell you right now, I got to pull up my sports book right now and log in because we are, a minute late here, but we'll definitely start taking the bets down, getting in on Tarleton. So I really like
23.5.
23.5 seems like the number we're going to take. Musa, that can be your first pick. I don't know if I'm going to get that number, but already really like it. We'll take a scroll through. I think we might just need to zoom out and go double view today and not really, we'll have to just, because I want to see more games at once so that we can get more stuff in. We'll go to the top because that's where the most recent games are. And what's up, everybody? Welcome into ShotQuality Live BetCast. Where,
we got a lot going on.
The ground running. I'm just going to continue to give out live bets every single Tuesday and Thursday at this hour with my guy Musa right below me. Having a good time using the ShotQuality Bets Live Score Center. I know a lot of you guys are having a good time with us here as we go into halftime every single time we've been here. This is what third live episode. Record's pretty good. Data's been doing us a favor. I think we have some action to look at with how Norfolk State is overperforming right now. I think we have to take a look at maybe this UNC Wilmington game a little bit. They're beating Marshall going into the half, and we like doing things at the half here. Helps us kind of get it on the road. It is a rapid fire event. And Musa, I don't know if you've noticed anything else on the board while I sort of start to get some lines up and look at some plays that I'm going to lock in immediately.
Right there, right on your right. South Dakota State, supposed 2 points less than expected. Norfolk State, 13 points less than expected. We actually had South Dakota State winning that half by 7.
Yep, I totally think that's the right play. I've always been one to kind of be against Norfolk State early in the year. They had a very lucky season last year, so any priors can be a little bit off, especially when going.
They were good for a couple of years there with that Joe Bryant guy, but he was like a ninth-year senior. Yeah. He's gone, so yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And I'm trying to get my DraftKings code to work so that I can start placing some bets because it's hard.
Do you like that one? We have them South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, plus 3.5 on some books, 2.5 on the others. Would you go ahead and give that one the stamp of approval?
I think that's a thumbs up. Expecting them to be winning. They're losing. Norfolk State outperforming. Their shot quality, points per shot, PPS here is up by 0.53. So scoring almost more than half a point more than expected. Every shot. So that's pretty big. That's what we look for on the show. We scroll through, we sit here, we take a peek at what's going on, looking for whether there's one team underperforming. I mean, we could look at Penn State LeMoyne. This is one where maybe I'm a little bit concerned because I know the quality of LeMoyne is in that really bottom tier. They kind of gave it to Dartmouth the other day, so could be maybe, regressing from that overperformance. I know that one. I was looking at that Dartmouth game earlier today, so I know LeMoyne outperformed recently, so could be coming back to that expectation in this game a little bit, and we're seeing it. They're definitely expected to be doing better. I don't know. I would definitely pause on the LeMoyne game. I would hesitate, but if you just love taking this stuff, the value, that's what it's pointing at. So.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, no, LeMoyne's not in the Alcorn State's tier, but they're a new D1 program.
No, they definitely are. They are definitely one of the bottoms. It's nothing wrong with it.
We've bet on them before, and they've covered for us. So I have a sweet spot.
Yeah,
for my dog.
no, look, they've definitely had their moments, but I think we want to be as upfront about it. This is one of the teams that
they're new. This is their first year, right? They're like 9 games in. D1
shot quality has 315 on them, and we'll just flash back. But we can. That's the fun part. We can literally just click right into stats. You want to know more? It's right at your fingertips. I don't think we've ever done that on the show. So yeah, everything's really accessible on the site. Let's keep scrolling through. It looks
which I think helps with the thing you talk about. The teams that are bad, you really get to see if their performances, shot quality, and real results.
Yeah, and we say it probably every episode, and eventually I'll shut my mouth about it. But we are doing this rapid fire live, and you at home get the chance to maybe investigate your bet and do a little bit more research. But part of the fun here is to just use the data, see how it goes in this very raw format, to sort of experiment and show it off and enjoy kind of the fun of it. We're betting very small. I bet 1/10 of a unit. So it's very easy for me to win and lose. It has been profitable so far. My bet's an 8, which is pretty ridiculous. Musa, I think you're a little bit more realistic, yeah, but still great.
No, yeah, not bad. I think last week or on Tuesday I went 3-4 after a 5-1, and I mean I'll take it. I got a bad line on one.
Yeah, you missed one by like a half a point, right?
Yeah, it's fun though. It's a good time. We're still learning. We're still rocking and rolling. There's a couple. What else do you see here? I see FDU supposedly should be in a 1-possession game against Fairfield, yet they're down 30. Do blowouts play a factor?
Yeah.
30 points is a lot to be down at the half, even if you were projected to kind of be in it.
That's a pretty big line. I think there's a limit. I mean, obviously, ShotQuality does say it's pretty crazy, and we know that these teams are tales of two halves. We can probably go look into the stats if we wanted, and see that I'm sure Fairfield is shooting red hot, and we got some dog action here, Moose. We got the dogs. I mean, the dogs are barking. I feel like we kind of have to now play the plus 29.5. I mean, we did something like this last time against, like, remember in the first episode, the 40-point line that we had, and all of a sudden it looks like it's nothing. I think we have to be a little bit bold, be a little bit like unafraid to trust the data. It's worked so far. So Fairleigh Dickinson plus 29.5 at the half at minus 110 is definitely something I'm going to put 1/10 of a unit on. So there's a pick right there at FDU. And we'll do a quick announcement for the show. We will not be here next Tuesday. There will not be any college basketball games next Tuesday. So you will have to forgive the scheduling. We do Tuesdays, Thursdays. So we will be a week removed till our next episode, and you won't see us. So this will be our little Christmas episode. It's why Moose's got the sweater on. I couldn't corral one in time. But yeah, so that's the interlude that you get. Little scheduling note, little housekeeping, and we'll go right back to some bets because I have my book open and I can actually get some in. I do think that this William and Mary line is also another one. You just have to trust the data and say, okay, Pepperdine's performing as expected. Whew. But William and Mary is not. And Musa, I think, are you there? I'm hearing a little chopping. Yeah, your mic's a little messed up. Yeah, we're going to mute Mr. Musa for a second there. But anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me know in the comments if you ever hear audio problems. I'll try to get to them as quickly as I can. If you notice shot spots that we should be betting on, I think that's also a really good thing to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in on that South Dakota State line as well. For me, I haven't played that one yet, so I'll get.
You unplugged the mic. Is that a little bit better?
Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Welcome back, dude.
I like it. We have a comment. Someone said Norfolk +5 is a play, question mark. I feel like it's completely the other way.
Right. I don't think I see Norfolk +5 anywhere.
That's just I'm going off the comment of what I see from.
I have -1.5. So maybe something else. Again, if you can get that line, that's I mean, that would be, I guess, I wouldn't really bet on Norfolk based on the data. I think is actually a pretty fair conclusion. So yeah, I think we're going to maybe leave the UNC Wilmington Marshall game alone, look for the second half to start, see if there becomes a little bit more of an edge. We didn't talk Idaho State, Oregon yet. This one looks like a spot where you would bet on Idaho State. That's what that looks like to me. I don't know if you agree or disagree. It's +10.5. I think it's a pretty nice number.
My Caesars app doesn't want to work for me. It's pretty sick. Gotta love Caesars. Idaho State, 32-35. It's another one where, like, if you clicked on it, I feel like I would get more information because I don't know much about Idaho State. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I'm really Big Sky, right?
Yeah. I believe it is the Big Sky, that or the Summit. It's one of those two out there. We're missing Big 3 for 3 today. Our good friend who is a master at handicapping those conferences. I clicked the wrong link. I'm sorry. You need to click on Idaho State, see Idaho State stats. But yeah, Idaho State, I mean, look, up and down, definitely. We can quickly tell record luck. They are expected to be a little bit better, expected to be 3-5, not 2-6. So that's something you could go off of looking at recent games. They played Southern Utah, Fresno, beat Lindenwood as they should. Probably nice win against Campbell on the road. Playing at home, or no, I don't know if that's this game. That I do think. Yeah, no, Idaho State's on the road. So again, this is probably a tough spot. But again, we're going to just trust the data. We're going to go with it at the half. I grabbed plus 10.5. I think it's the right thing based on what we're seeing here. So that's what we're getting. UNC versus App State. What's going on with this one? Let's check in with UNC versus App State. Have we seen that one yet, Moose?
I don't think so. I'm having Caesars ain't going to open for me. I want South Dakota State. That's what Max said is the best line. I ain't getting it there, so I got to shop somewhere else. Let's see.
Ooh, nice one. Nice call.
Oh, nice. Nice find.
Definitely a good find, Card Addict. What's up, man? Good to see you here. Hangs out in the Discord a lot. If you want to join the Discord, discord.gg/ShotQuality. Come chill. We definitely try to pick out spots, especially when the free game, the free live game of the day is on. You get one free game per day on the website, whether you're a member or not. And the members get all standalone games. So if you're ever just, hanging out, watching a game late night, you want to get a good bet in, or you're watching one of those day games, you can get ShotQuality live along with your membership. Comes with lots of tools and, of course, projections. But let's talk about this one. I think this is definitely a play, plus 14.5 on App State. This UNC Asheville team, man, it can definitely get lucky. So I'm going to go ahead and put my play in there. Minus 115 at plus 14.5 feels like a nice number. Expect App State to get a little bit hotter. You can always click in to this each game as well whenever you have access. Hey, what's up? Team is crushing it right now. Shout out to the team over at ShotQuality Bets. Always souping up the site. If you haven't noticed, there are a lot of other stats on the site these days. You can see regression stats. You can see player analysis. All the stuff comes with your membership. We're always adding more data. But this is a really cool way to look at the game. UNC Asheville, obviously really hot. Appalachian State, double cold. This is going to be a scary bullet to bite, but I think we got to do it. This is exactly the type of play we love to see, Moose.
Yeah, it's when the arrow's pointing in one way for one team, the other way for the other, and it's not even close. It's 13 points. It's a lot, and it's basically on each side.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Give me some hope for Texas Southern. All right, let's go check out Texas Southern. Okay, coming in at the half. Yeah, you got a little hope. What's the line? I mean, if they're sitting, this is like a lower tier team, so I wouldn't be shocked if we have like a 20-point line. 19.5. I think it's a little worrisome. I don't know if you want to trust Texas Southern to come out of the dirt in this terms of type of performance. Samford is definitely performing as expected, so the defense is not like just getting unlucky. It's more maybe Samford's defense overperforming. I think this is an interesting stay-off spot, but based on what we're seeing, you would technically say there's some value on Texas Southern. You'd expect them to have made more shots. If this line was 41-32 at the half, you probably wouldn't be getting 19. So if you trust that ShotQuality's score is more accurate, which we've proven it to be very accurate. I need to mute Discord right now. But yeah, it's popping off in there always. But I think this is probably a good value spot by the definition. But a little bit, I always try to hesitate a bit with with some of the lower tier teams, the SWAC here. Look, they're at home. We know the SWAC teams like defend gyms. It could maybe be a neutral team. I don't actually have that data in front of me, so if I get that stuff wrong, that's something I'm definitely susceptible to. But let's do it. I'll put the 10th of a unit on it. I think it's a spot. I love calling them ShotQuality spots where we just have the data to back it up. And more times than not, you sit there after the fact and say, I should have played it. How often does that happen to you, Moose? You sit there and see like how the model did after a tough game.
Card Addict's the one that got me the most in the Discord.
Yeah.
Our guy is playing these plays. I'm like, I don't know about that. And he just keeps hitting them. Yep. St. Joe's, I did see that one actually a second ago. Not really a second ago, but I think there's good value there.
Okay, into the half, ties ShotQuality score, and they're down by 10. You guys barely need us already, and that's what I love.
Yeah, what the hell?
No. This is exactly what we want because this is going to help us get to bets faster. We get more eyes on the prize. So really good recommendation out there. Big shout out to Michael Huff for that one. Let's get a bet in. So it's
got some second half over value too.
Okay.
I mean, 44, 42.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not much, but it's there. Like if you're going to lean aside on the total.
Right. I think there is more value on Joseph's than there is because most of that weight, I feel like when there's like almost an equal balance of both teams, you kind of want to look towards that, but you always want to take the side with like, I guess your best edge. You could technically play both. But yeah, let's get some St. Joseph's plus 9.5 is what I'm seeing. I'll get my unit on that. Phrasing.
What about the game to the left of you right there? Colgate, Iona.
Little Colgate, Iona. Wow, that's a New York battle. I would expect Colgate to maybe make some headway there. That's another definite spot that we want to go in. Iona overperforming 50 points in the half, Moose.
Yeah, I liked Colgate a lot pregame, but I was playing Overwatch, so I never got to it.
This is one that I have to take a second to bet on. I have to, I can't bet on that with DraftKings in New York. So if you're a New Yorker or if you're in the state and we play a school in your state, it's kind of just how it goes. There are obviously other, offshore ways to get action if that's what you're into, but we are, trying to use legal books as much as possible because they're most accessible. But, things like Bookmaker and all these sites are pretty well known, and there's a reason. So, hopefully.
What bets you rocking with right now? What you got?
What do we have down? Okay, so first of all, we will soon have a nice document, a live updating document. We'll be working on this for the episode coming next Thursday that will have all the bets so everyone can sort of just stay with it. But here's everything that I have put down tonight. I have Fairleigh Dickinson. I have plus 29.5, Idaho State plus 10.5, Appalachian State plus 14.5, Texas Southern plus 19.5, and St. Joseph's plus 9.5. And I love that they're dogs. I don't know why, but that just makes me happier. I always like taking points more often.
I like it. I like the St. Joe's one. I'm going to hop on that one for sure.
What did you you took that first one that I didn't have my
yeah, I took Tarleton State plus 23.5, and then South Dakota State I got in at 4, but that was live after the fact because I couldn't get Caesars to open. I guess I didn't get off to a great start in the second half. I don't know. So I got 4. I don't know what this Tarleton right now is down 9. So that looks beautiful. And then on the other side, we have South Dakota State plus 4 for me. I know Max was in the comments. He got plus 3.5. They're down 8. A lot of game left, though. So
a lot of game left. So
they're tied 8-8 in the second half. So there's been no movement. Live line's 4.5. If you still want to get in on it, it wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest with you.
Which one was that?
I've already South Dakota State.
Okay.
We have Abilene Christian beating Arkansas right now by 7, and ShotQuality says scores true to that is what it is. They should be up 7. That's pretty cool.
Yep. That's a good one. You might be able to, go against what people might be thinking here and continue to take Abilene because they're rightfully up. But I don't know if that is the same thing, you
lose so much value on the closing line, but at the same time, I bet everyone and their mother's hammering Arkansas. Arkansas losing to Abilene Christian, come on. And then the live line, though, I think Vegas is saying Abilene could very well win this game. It's 3. They're saying, there's a good.
They're up 7, and the live line was probably in the teens. If the game line was probably in the teens. So
14.5.
Yeah, bang. So, all right, let's keep scrolling. Let's keep finding things. We're at that money time where a lot of games are just starting in the second half. Looks like Richmond's overperforming a little bit here. 12 points, pretty serious, but Buffalo has definitely been a struggling team this season, and I probably won't.
Oh, Detroit.
Ooh, good spot.
I know they don't have Homeboy anymore, but
wow. Damn. Okay. Look, Central Michigan is definitely a team susceptible to having problems. So I'm not going to sit there and say you can't trust Detroit because you probably also have a similar concern with a team like Central Michigan. We can, check in and see what the ShotQuality ratings are really quick if you want to get a quick picture of what we think. So Central Michigan 290 record, expect as pretty much as expected because the luck's there. You can quickly see a lot of red wins under their belt. This most
cutting in and out. I think it's on my end though.
Yeah. All right, no worries. Are you thinking you're going to go in on this pick here for
Detroit? I didn't know they were 0-11.
Yeah, they're 0-11, dude. So when we say sometimes pause with these teams, this is definitely one of the teams that you could consider pausing with. So I don't blame you.
Is Davis' dad still the coach? I'm gonna have to pass on 0-11. That's incredible. That's an incredible.
Yeah,
number.
But again, expected to have 4 wins. So where do you draw the
line?
line?
I think it's tough, man. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe wait a couple minutes in. I like the St. Joe's play. I'm already in on that one. I got Tarleton State, and I got South Dakota State. A lot of time still left in South Dakota State. I'm going to pass on Detroit here just because I've been burnt by bad teams already.
I don't believe in that. No, I'm not going to do
Well,
it.
I can tell you have like 17 bets right now, and 4 of them are plus 30. So just trust me, I know you're on it.
Look, for posterity's sake, I put it down. I got it in. We are gonna. I got Colgate in. I got Detroit in. We're gonna take these big dogs. We're gonna see how it goes. And honestly, maybe we hang out. I can hang out a little bit after the show. Maybe we sweat them out today. We see how it goes. We just sort of watch it. And I'm not totally against it. Maybe we do like a little separate broadcast on YouTube or something. Drop it off Twitter and just go over there. Or because I think this is gonna be a fun one to watch. And we have some games ending there. TCU, of course, dominated Old Dominion, even though I didn't get my first half cover. That's not tilting. But yeah, we have these games are already kind of coming to the end too much, a little too late in some of these. Tarleton staying close with Tennessee there. It's going to be an interesting finish for you, for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm liking that one a lot. I really would like South Dakota State to pick it up. I actually like that team. I know they're not. Well, that's where Baylor Shireman went, right? The Creighton guard 3 years ago.
Funny that we don't have any totals. Right?
Yeah, we usually always have totals too. That's usually our go-to.
Yeah, it is. But there haven't been too many where like the arrows kind of pointing in the same direction.
There's been a couple, but not a lot of value. There was one game we had earlier that had like 15 points worth of value, but you said it was a St. Joe's game, St. Joe's Charles.
Right. I mean, I think that's just the better bet based on what we were seeing. I'm not really liking anything here. Maybe it's a little high, but 4 and 5 isn't anything to start like jumping at. We can look at that main FIU game that we're all sweating for the pick of the day. Going to be a fun finish there. Around 70 points halfway through means that we're going to come right down to that 145 line, which is going to be a fun finish because, again, usually games do pick up a little bit at the end, but hopefully they pick up just as much as they did yesterday with our UMBC Iowa game, which had all those points at the end. If you watch the video this morning, which we put up every day. But Moose, I think we pretty much have everything. We're in on Idaho State. I might put down LeMoyne. I know I kind of gave the warning, but we're just gonna do it for the love of the game. What do you think of that one?
I like it a lot. I mean, like I said, I get very biased very quickly. Like if you win a bet for me, I automatically like LeMoyne to me is a tourney team because they won our bet against San Diego earlier, and I made a whole TikTok about it. So I love LeMoyne. They're my team.
They are.
I don't know where they are.
Team. I think it's always fun supporting the new teams that come to D1. That the feel good stories. You want them to succeed. You want them to stay. You want the programs to develop. It's like I don't know. It's like when you're an avid college basketball fan. It's watching like a child grow up. But let's see if I can get a bet down here. I found them right now. You can get still around 20. They are down 14. Expected to kind of be doing better. This game could get out of hand and sort of go to maybe some garbage time, and LeMoyne might just continue pressing because, again, they're just trying to improve and play well. But I'm not the coach, but that's kind of how I would look at it, backed by data. Let's get in. Oop, the dogs are barking. Yep, we're betting LeMoyne.
He is on his own. Just I don't know what he's doing. All right. He had an excuse for Willie.
LeMoyne. Musa is what he is telling me to do. My selection.
Yeah, you keep bringing up dogs and he keeps barking.
It's down to 19.5. It's already changing. It's moving. It's grooving. 117. All right. Place the bet before it switches again. It's so frustrating betting live. That's the only bad part, right? Is that you can miss lines, you can mistime it, and I think you always maybe want to have patience. Is what I would advise. We got a chair shot. You always got to celebrate the chair shots.
We had to close the door on him. He's lost he's only like 8-9 months old. Give him a break.
Where am I getting these dog prices? I'm betting on DraftKings, and I also have a PPH book. So that's where I'm getting them. 21.5. Very nice. EKU Troy under says our guy Max a million, who, if you guys haven't been following, has been doing really well. So let's check that out. And then we're going to do something a little special too. Kentucky here. Come on. Eastern Kentucky, Troy. We looked at that. I don't know, Max. I think it needs a little bit more. We'll watch it as we get to the last 15, 20 minutes here. We'll take a peek at it in a second, but I think we have a good amount of action based on what I'm seeing. This could potentially be an over if it continues to develop as is. But let's just hang tight. I just played LeMoyne. We have South Dakota in for Musa, Marshall, and Wilmington looking good. Let's see how the best bets are doing. So if you are in the Discord or you got the email today, if you're a member, you know that our best bets went live today. Musa, did you check out any of the selection that we had?
I have not. I've been writing all day, but I know that the best bets is live and it's killer. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, so we finally have an answer for what I think was always one of the biggest issues with running a full college basketball model, which is that there can be too many games to bet. And how do you know which are the best? Well, we put everyone on our team on it for a long time to make sure we could get it right. And we now have a much more selective offering using advanced simulation models along with the ShotQuality regression model. It should be a very palatable number of bets compared to what I think can be maybe overwhelming on a Saturday when we have 60 plays combined with sides and totals. But let's take a look at it. We can pull up the ones that we actually played today because we did take a good picture of it. I'm going to open this thing up really quick. Give me 1 second. We will pull it up. Who knows if we'll pull it up? But anyway, Moose,
I know why Max like that Troy under. It's because he hit that Oklahoma State under the other day with only 10 points of value. So he's going lower and lower, man. I'll see you, Max.
Yeah, it's definitely personal taste. I mean, look, guys, that's why we have a lot of different people who use ShotQuality data out there. You can find people who always have ideas using it that differ from mine, that differ from Musa's. We have 3-point sniper. We have Max, who's been honestly on fire on Twitter with the live bets himself. We have literally my boss texting me about Appalachian's over. So I think we have to go look at it or I'm going to get in trouble. So shout out to him. Let's go look at this really quick. We got some nice ones coming in. Let's look. Okay. These are the best bets. Okay, so the best bets. Sorry. The best bets that we're looking at that we had today were the Appalachian over. So we had the Appalachian State over. That one's looking like it's maybe struggling a little bit here. Expected to be doing a lot better, but obviously Appalachian State lagging behind. So that's having a little bit of an issue. We had the Bradley game. We had that as an under. So that's just getting started. No real feel for how that one is trending yet. About 14 points in 4 minutes. So 4 minutes is about a tenth of the game. So figure it's right on pace for around 140. It's starting a little fast. Would hope it slows down. Richmond is looking like we had the over today. See how that one's doing. We have Buffalo Richmond. Looks like they are performing better than expected, so that's nice to see. We can check out the lines. I don't have the live lines fully in front of me, but yeah, our pick of the day was FIU. Let me just pull up the live lines. I can tell
it's
you
right there. It's live line on FIU is about 141.5.
That's good. That's good. We had like 136, right?
Yeah, so it's chilling. It's chilling.
Okay.
And then there's some guy I'm trying to see. I know Max brought the Troy. Troy started there a minute in. Still sitting at, well, now it's sitting at 9 points of value. Nothing's really changed, but it's cool to look at like how it changes. I'm just gathering this data. St. Joe's down.
The Buffalo Richmond one, which we played 141, sitting at 145 live. So that's looking like it's on the right side of it at least. FIU, again, we played 137. It's on at 141, so the right side of it. All these things mean you could live middle, right? And you could take your a little, percent chance to hit both between the two numbers. And if you don't get it, you hit at least one and you just pay juice. So that's a good way to take value off the board if you like a position or you get a wide number. Some people like to do that. because you lessen your losses and you increase your chance of a big win. Philosophically, personal choices in terms of all that stuff. But let's see what other best bets we had. We had New Orleans tonight. I think is that game maybe over?
Yeah, they got their doors blown off by about $1 million.
Boom, they did get the doors blown off.
And they were actually in the first half. I was like, okay, and then
Ouch.
They're no LeMoyne.
Eastern Washington. I don't know if that game is underway yet. That's still
available. That's got to be a late game. Yeah,
that's a late game. That one starts in 40 minutes. So hey, if you want a best bet, you want to ride with us tonight. We are in Eastern Washington plus the 15 against Washington. We saw that Washington-Seattle game between the in-state rivals was close. So this is definitely an interesting game. That will be a fun one to watch for us. I know I have some money on it, so be looking at that. Take a look at what else we had. We had Detroit, so we have them for the show. We need them to bounce back and get in this game, which would be really nice. They are at 10, so that's looking pretty good. And we can recap the bets again really quick. We're definitely winding down. Again, we do 7:45 to 8:30. We'll be maybe hanging out in the Discord, sweating out the bets. But Musa, I don't know. Shall we scroll the board once more and see if there's anything left on the bone?
Yeah. Would you say there's too little time left in the game? Where is it? I just had it. Gardner-Webb, Akron. There's about 7 minutes left. There's probably too little, unfortunately. But the under would have had it, like, if you jump in it now, maybe. But I don't know. I would probably get I don't know if it's enough time to start pacing back down towards the under, especially in a close game of fouls late.
I mean, it definitely could be between these teams, you could turn it into maybe a more defensive game. They're probably hitting shots, hitting some tough looks. I don't think that's unrealistic. It's definitely, pushing the limits a little bit of what we've done. Maybe you want to do it even half smaller. And then that's for fun, for what we're doing here. I'll go ahead and I'll take that. We'll see how it goes. I think, otherwise it's going to be very easily forgotten amongst the tens of games that we try to do every single Tuesday, Thursday, at the same time. So under 175.5 coming in here, just locked on me, remove pick and close, doesn't want me to bet it. They're scared. 177.5 went up.
Nice. Are they scared?
No, they're not scared. I take it back.
They actually want your money, sir.
They want my money, so they gave me a better line because they're probably scoring points. All right. Under 177.5, I played it for half of my normal play, so a 20th of a unit. Again, which means that I can sit here and have fun. I would recommend to everybody that you play that way when you're doing this. I know we've had some really hot results, but of course, gambling is just like basketball. It's going to be a game of runs. You can have very, very unlucky results. You have to just get back up and kind of wipe it off and get back on the saddle and not sort of skew your thinking because they're just going to come and go.
I think Saturday and Sunday at one point I was like 12-2, and then I think yesterday I lost like 5 in a row, and that's betting live.
Yeah,
that's betting anything really.
Yeah, and it's not infallible. I played a couple live bets this morning. I think I went 1-2 on them, or 1-3 maybe, and it wasn't fun. But at the other end of it, like we've had a really hot run here, so we'll take it. In the long run, it's about just coming out ahead on the games where the data can actually give you an edge. There's definitely going to be games where variance or hot shooting, whatever you want to call it, luck, can impact the outcome beyond the scope of like a spread or a total. And it just comes nowhere close, right? But those games where you're kind of in it, where the bet is like a sweat, you want to maybe have your edge there. And that's what ShotQuality can do with these live lines. Not really seeing anything else. Again, shout them out, guys, if you see them. Musa,
it is cool that Abilene was projected to win the first half, and they're still hanging in there 5 minutes in against Arkansas with the lead. FDU,
29.5, baby. What did I say? You just trust this. Let's go. And again, you can of course now just take your value off the board. Say I'm good. Like I can get my money out. I can take the other side. Maybe they're minus 22.5 now and take a 7-point cushion there. And you don't have to worry as much if you want to, maybe play it big or even sometime. I wouldn't ever really cash it out. I would rather do this. But you can also, 100%. A lot of books do offer cash outs. But, also.
Do what you're comfortable with and bet.
Well, middling is I've heard it's a good way to get limited. But at the other end, so is winning live. So that's always fun. That's something we can always.
Well, I watched you middle of the Duke total, the first ever BetCast bets we ever had. So
yeah, I mean, again, if things do go the other way and it feels right, and the data says, hey, you're doing a little too well here, buddy. I'm not opposed to ever going back and saying, all right, let's play both sides of it.
The data can do that for sure. I've seen games where it's like one team was doing so well in the first half and they didn't, and then they kind of struggle in the second half as well. But the data's saying, you know what, they're actually getting their ass kicked in the second half,
right?
Or vice versa.
St. Joe's coming back, only down 6 now.
Our boys.
We're in it. I'm not really. This is looking like an interesting under spot or just maybe a fade Colorado spot. This is supposed to be a 13-point game. It's actually a 24-point game. That's very interesting to me. I think this is just at the point where you probably can take this. And again, we're doing them. We're playing them. We're not backing down from them. It's been working. FDU on a run. There's no reason why you couldn't see. It's 47-70 right now. So this is actually a little bit behind. We'll pull up the score center. So again, you always do want to hope that it's as up to date as possible, but maybe they just got some quick buckets in a row. But this looks like, let me look at the time code. So we talked about this last time. You always sort of want to check in at what the book has on the time code. So 11 minutes here. This looks like it's about 2 minutes behind. So this can happen on heavy slates when there's a lot of games active. And again, as with any tool, any new thing, especially with web software, it's very possible processing the data. We do have sources that also can have issues. So that can happen time to time. And best practice is to be aware and know that is something you should be watching out for to help, perfect your performance. And
you definitely want to wait to you want to have all the data in front of you. A 2-minute run can really actually.
Yeah, and it might snap and catch up in 3 seconds. Like you just wanted to.
It's done it before.
Right. And I mean, look, you can probably assume that they're not closing this gap by a lot.
Yeah.
That 47-70 is still probably pretty close to what's going on here. For fun on the show, let's go ahead and grab 27.5. I'll put the $10 on it. We'll see how that goes. I own a Colgate looking like it is going the wrong way. That just snapped up into being a 29-point game.
That was around a pick 'em too at close, and I like the Colgate team.
I know. Colgate's a good team. This is now nice and a little bit closer here at 22.
And that's the thing with basketball, though. It could be one of those nights. Could happen to anybody. Purdue lost to FDU. Remember that. Anything can happen.
Yep.
If it's not your night, it's not your night. And it seems like for Colgate, not their night.
Yep. It's all right. It's all right. And that's going to happen. You're going to take teams here that are just not having their night. And you might be able to find ways to pinpoint maybe types of cold streaks that are more realistic than others. There's a lot of cool data on the individual game score center. So like maybe you go and you look at how Norfolk State is supposed to be doing a lot worse, and maybe you're able to. Yeah, but maybe you're able to quantify why they're doing it. Norfolk taking a high percentage of threes, really limiting mid-range, which always means a good amount of value. So really smart shots here. 58% are good, only 7 bad. South Dakota, though, even a higher percent. So you can kind of see why this game is expected to be a little bit different than it is. South Dakota State does a good job at maximizing their shot quality in terms of just taking good looks. So not a lot
of basketball left. We still get not the 12-0 run can't.
Hey, look. Shout out to a friend of ShotQuality, a friend of mine, Haslametrics, who has analytically final. Like games in college basketball, like so much can happen in so little time that 10 minutes, you could be down 20 points, and if you have 10 minutes left, I fully would believe that it can happen. Like I wouldn't turn.
What happened to Cal the other day against UC Davis?
Yeah, I mean, again, we and I literally tweeted about that one this morning. Like our data kind of saw the team underperforming versus overperforming. But yeah, anything can happen in this game. So much with threes, you can score 10 points essentially in like 3 possessions, and you get a steal, you can make a 6-point swing in no time. So it's a crazy game, and a 6-point swing again is just like literally 3.3% of 20. So yeah, You just need 3.36 point swings. Woo! Math, maybe. But Alabama, A&M, South Alabama starting off. We can start looking at these games a little bit. I think we'll probably just take one more little sweep, Moose, of the games at the 7 p.m. hour, see if we like anything. Texas Southern probably still a little bit of a play if you want to get in there. Pepperdine, William & Mary, not really so much anymore. South Dakota State, maybe getting to that last moment where you feel comfortable taking them to kind of.
Yeah, you're probably getting double-digit points. It's probably not actually. It's probably a good spot, but I'm already in.
Yeah. I mean, if you've already.
Some people double dip. I usually don't. I just get
I don't. Yeah, it's a little annoying. And LeMoyne is fighting. LeMoyne's fighting. We like to
that's
see
what they do. That's what they do. My Dolphins.
That's what they do. The Dolphins fight. But yeah, we have a little Idaho State to sweat. We're definitely on the main FIU Overwatch here for the best bet. So we'll be definitely in the Discord talking that out. Maybe even open up the voice channel and chat a little bit and sort of just be in there because that's always fun. But yeah, FDU Fairfields looks like maybe that score is a little slow to where it is right now. I'll check on. It's not on my app because it's maybe it is. Hold on.
Because it's played in front of 4 people, it's not verified. Yeah, I got it. FDU has a tournament win in the last year, so I'm never going to clown them. They're good for them.
Yeah, I mean, well, we need Colgate to come back into that 20-point range. We need Utah Tech to stay with it. St. Joe's is right at the line here. I'm actually going to pull up the scores that I know are working properly here. Gardner-Webb looks like that game is still going fast, but we got like 177. It's down to 173, so that was a good call out. St. Joe's is down 7 currently. App State still down 20, 6 minutes to go. Detroit is only down 1. That was a best bet. So we love to see that. That's a bet here. So that's a big one for us. Colgate down 26. Could do it. Not over. Maine FIU pick of the day, Moose. You see this live line, 157.5. So we are cruising into that pick of the day. Hopefully, should be a
that was a great pick, and
we needed it, man. We were looking for that win. We had to get back.
I still can't get over Iowa. It made no damn sense, but whatever. No sense.
Hey, look, Moose. It's 8:29. We have some really cool stuff coming for all you guys in the next week or two. We know we have the Christmas break. We're gonna miss you next Tuesday, but we will be back on Thursday, 1 week from now. I'm Justin Perry. That's Alec Musa. We are SQ Live BetCast, and we'll see you next time.